What is it? I want to jump into Suicide Squad, which is something that I'm so excited for.
I'm glad.
What was it about David Ayer that said he's the guy to make this movie?
You know, just coincidentally, I was a big fan of David Ayer's. Obviously from his writing, right? Going all the way back to Training Day. Great script. But also to his films, you know. Gosh, End of Watch, what a great movie, right? And so I was really excited. He had a close relationship with Greg Silverman, and Greg said he's got an idea on Suicide Squad. He wants to come in and pitch it. Now, having a guy like that who's been able to, all of his films have had a certain level, like The Fury, right? All of his films have had a certain level of groundedness to them, right? Really feeling very richly real. And so having that sensibility, which is along the lines that we were just talking about earlier, how we like to have things grounded in science or whatever, I was very anxious to hear what his take was going to be on Suicide Squad, and I was very happily surprised, but it was right exactly in the pocket that we were looking for. And honestly, that movie was essentially greenlit in the pitch meeting.
That's crazy. When he pitched that in the room, when he pitched to what you guys actually made, how close is it?
I would say it's really close.
That's amazing. One of the things everyone is talking about is Jared Leto and his basically going method on set as the Joker. What was like?
That's not the first time he's gone method. You know, he went on method for the role that he won the Oscar for.
Listen, that man is a very talented actor.
He is.
What is it like though with something with the Joker? Because it's such a huge thing.
Look, you know, it was different. It was fun. The group first wasn't sure because you know, the ADs had to call him Mr. J to get him to come to the set.
Okay.
But and he did in many ways isolate himself from the rest of the group. But that's really what his character was, the purpose of his character in many ways, other than when he was with Harley or trying to get Harley. It was very entertaining. It was you know, fuel for a lot of good sport and laughs, and also his isolation bonded the squad, and we wanted the squad bonded.
One of the things about the movie that really impresses me and a lot of people is the cast you were able to put together. How tough is it in this day and age where the studio makes everyone sign multi-picture deals, assuming the people that are going to survive, and to come in and say you're going to have to sign a 3 or a 5 or a 7 picture deal, whatever it was. How tough is it to land people, especially actors of that caliber?
Surprisingly, one of the things that just is a natural benefit of having a writer-director is that when you meet with him, if he's trying to meet with an actor and explain to them what the role's going to be, there's a lot of confidence that the actor has that the man who's telling him what it's going to be can deliver, because he's both the writer and the director. So really, David was, very fresh off the heels of a movie that he could show called Fury, which was a fabulous picture. And he was able to talk about these, really, as he says, it can be fun to be bad. And and just because they're bad doesn't mean they're evil. And so he was able to convince all of the actors that we went out to that he was going to be able to make these characters so compelling that they would want to be played more than once by these actors.
I saw Jai Courtney for I forget what it was exactly, but I was talking to him and he was raving about the script, about David, and making the movie. He said
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
I have to say, it was one of the most fun sets ever. I've been doing this for a while, and the camaraderie that was built on that set, you know, everybody couldn't wait for the next day to come back to work. It was really amazing. I've had good times on sets before, and the movies didn't actually work out, so, but I'm feeling this one's going to be, I think this one's in pretty good shape.
You guys, obviously, there was a sizzle reel from Comic-Con that was released, but not a real trailer. When can we look forward to seeing that trailer? Will we get it before the end of the year?
I don't think so.
Oh, so it'll be a push next year. I understand.
I think certainly within the first quarter.
I understand. We're pushing Batman, Superman, and then jumping into something else. If I can be bold. One of the things about Suicide Squad is that it can easily be something that's R-rated, but most likely will be PG-13. Have you guys decided on a rating on it? Has Warner Brothers said we're going to do PG? You know what I mean?
The intention of the film is definitely to be PG-13.
Is it something that ever came up in conversation of, this could go both ways?
We really want to make these films tonally consistent so that, as I said, because this is a shared universe, at least our current thinking, and again, we're not dealing in absolutes because, well, this is business, it's also creative endeavor, and so you want to leave yourself open to changing your mind, doing something different, being inspired. That's the whole process of filmmaking, is you have to allow for inspiration as well as having a roadmap for what you're going to do. So our plan right now is to make all these films PG-13. In some cases, right there on the edge of PG-13, but still PG-13.
Well, you could argue The Dark Knight was as close to the edge as it can be. And it's still, anyway, but...
Exactly.
What do you think will surprise comic book fans about the Suicide Squad movie?
I think that they'll be surprised by... you were talking about too many characters, right? There's a lot of characters in Suicide Squad.
At least 5.
And... I think you'll be engaged with them. They all have fabulously different arcs. They're all very individualistic. And I think that also they're very, very human in their own dysfunctional ways. And I think that the personal individual stories and how they relate to each other will be surprising.